Hello everyone! Hello, welcome back to Monday Night Gundam! It's been a little while, 2 weeks, but we're back. Yeah, we're starting a little later than usual. Hopefully that's fine. We're gonna continue Dynasty Warriors Gundam, which, last stream. One sec. There, now the camera's a little better framed. We have a huge pride flag back there now, which we thought would be like... The game is way too loud. Sorry about that. Okay, let's start over. Welcome to Monday Night Gundam. Welcome to Monday Night Gundam. Hello, Moto. 2 weeks ago, we did Amuro's story in official mode. Now we're gonna do Jar. As always, let us know if there's anything we need to fix with audio or anything like that. We are aware that there might be some stuttering audio-wise from the game that's on the emulator side. There's not really too much we can do about that. Hopefully we sorted it out. Hopefully we'll be fine. If not, we will figure something out. Okay, gotta get used to actually checking. We have like the chat visible on the same, like, in front of us, but we're so used to looking to the side for it. But we do have it right there, so like we should see it better. Gotta fix the lighting a little bit. As much as we can, at least. We should just stop using dark mode on OBS because, like, the darkness of the app on the monitor in full screen, because we have it at full screen on the second monitor, actually like hinders the light a little bit. Don't know if we can do that without resetting OBS though. Let's see, maybe we can. Maybe we can. Light. Yay, much better. Look how bright and colorful we are. You see our lesbian sweater? Lesbian sweater, like oversized and comfy. A little warm to wear inside, but still, that's okay. Okay, let's go. Let's do some Char story mode. The Solomon area, so that means we're starting with the is that the space encounter in at the start of the original series, maybe? As you can see, I'm a soldier, which is why I dress completely different from all the other Theon soldiers. I forgot to close the door, that might be a problem. Hold on. Don't want to wake up our flatmates. Okay. Oh no, so Solomon's the end. Well, look, we're starting at the end? Okay, interesting.
敵の半分は沈めるつもりだ。我が軍の無罪が沈められないように気をつけてくれ。その上でララーが中心にガンダムを叩く。
はい。
私も出るが、今度は私がララーの命令に従う。
大佐。
今はララーの方が優れている。
大佐、今日からノーマルスーツをつけて出撃なさってください。
They translate a normal suit as regular spacesuit? Okay, fair enough.
ララーがそういうのならな。
ありがとうございます。
Yeah, so normally Char doesn't wear a normal suit, that's say a suit to survive in space, inside the mech. Because he lives by the philosophy that, like, if my mech goes down, then I go down. Yeah, there's nothing we can equip. No. Alright. Destroy white base. Let's go.
勝利の栄光を君に。なら安全な場所からよく見ておけ。モビルスーツ同士の戦いというもの。
大佐。見せてほしい。エルメスの。
I can learn all the combos real quick before we start doing anything. This seems slow. Really going at full speed?
大佐、無罪が危ないわ。
This seems to be going very slow. Hold on, we're gonna give it a higher CPU priority. Do not recall it like being this slow lost like 2 weeks ago. Not liking Char's moveset so far. It's not as nice as Amuro's. Okay, actually gonna try and disable the preview on OBS. Maybe that will help. God, we really need a better computer, but yeah, we are not in any position where we can buy tech stuff at all right now. Alright.
連邦の進軍を止めよ
Let's go destroy the salamis.
戦いとはいつも2手3手先を考えて行うものだ。甘いな。甘いな。
It might be that there's more enemies on screen now. We don't recall there being this many enemies in like any of the Amuro missions. I guess because they really want to sell like how OP Char is.
甘いな。
隼人、ガンキャノン出ます。強く何としてでも撃ち落としてやる。こいつ逃がすものか。
甘いな。 戦いは必要か。やるな。
なめるな。
戦いは必要か。
Where I had to go there. Bye bye, Hayato. Alternative universe achieved.
それでよい
やってたさ。やりましたよ。
上等だ。よく気づけてくれた。
新たな艦隊だと連邦軍のか
間違いない。木馬だ。
Now, do we go help Lala? Go to White Base immediately. Let's go help Lala. Wait, there's a field right here that we somehow didn't see. So if you didn't see the first stream, basically this is a Musou game. The way this works is that you need to like enter the fields, the little boxes, and defeat enough enemies there for the commanding unit to appear. Sometimes they're already there to start, sometimes there is none. Basically you need to claim these areas to advance your forces. It's a bit like a MOBA in that regard, where like you are both like doing like the individual action gameplay, but also working to
発進します。
further units that are on your side against the enemy. It's a bit of a strategy action beat 'em up mix. Some Musou games have less strategy, some have more. This is we feel like Dynasty Warriors Gundam. At least we only played the first one, but so at least the first one we feel is a really good mix of the two. Like, it's not too
無才の守りも順調な
too heavy on the strategy element, but also doesn't disregard them.
連邦をここから逃がすな
Like, if you compare it to another game we like, Dragon Quest Heroes, that game barely has the strategy element.
もらったぞ。大佐、どいてください。邪魔です。
So we forgot what button you get the Shield is on. There we go. We really wish that these games got official PC ports. They're really good, or even like just HD remasters for like, well, HD. They're already in HD, but like remasters for the or ports for the current platforms. Because like they're really fun games, but like you shouldn't have to like get an Xbox 360 or a PS3 to play them or emulate them. For the second game, we might actually play the PS2 version, because it might be a little easier to emulate. We'll see.
あなたを倒さねばシャアが死ぬ。
ガンキャノン行くぜ。
Oh, Kai has appeared. Let's go
徹底的にな。
deal with that then. There.
シャアの野郎。
Hope we get some ground missions. We wanna fight the gun tank.
やるな。好きにさせるかよ。 私を誰だと思っているのだ。甘いな。戦いは必要か。戦いとはいつも2手3手先を考えて行うものだ。
Bye bye, Kai.
甘いな。
Really?
ララならなぜ戦う。
シャアを傷つけるから。
シャア。それだ。
あなたの来るのが遅すぎたのよ。なぜなの。なぜあなたはこうも
You have no one. Nothing to fight for. Yeah, there you go.
人も守るべきものもないというのに。
守るべきものがなくて戦ってはいけないのか。
なぜなの。なぜ遅れて私はあなたに出会ったのかしら。
運命だとしたらひどい問題だな。残酷だよな。
あなたと出会った時ってどうなるの。どうにもならないわ。どうにも。
ララ。ラストのざれ言はやめろ。甘いな。
Oh shit, Ammo's actually like making progress. The guard is a ball? The guard is a ball. Ball! White base has retreated! Oh wait.
戦いとはいつも2手3手先を考え
Were we supposed to destroy white base?
木馬が落ちたか。連邦の戦力もこれまで。
Right, let's go punch Amuro. Fuck. There's that line again. That really should not have been transferred that way. Should be more like, the Gundam is fighting different from whatever what it's for. Because Char's only seen one Gundam. There's gotta be a health thing somewhere there. No, that's not health. That's defense. Fuck it, we'll take it. Hyrule Warriors are the most difficult and tactical moves against. We really like the first Hyrule Warriors. We didn't think it was that difficult though. The second one, we feel like the difficulty stems more from the horrible performance issues than anything else. Oh, here we go. Are we getting an AU or? No, well, it's okay. It's the standard story. Amuro, I can see space. No, time. I can see time.
しまった。
Oh yeah, that's fair. In that regard, it's definitely ridiculously difficult. Really? We missed one from 500? Damn it.
中世紀0079から始まった地球連邦軍とジオン公国軍の戦争は1年後地球連邦軍の勝利で幕を閉じた。
Oh, we're already jumping to post 1-year war. Oh, okay. We weren't really prepared for this. We were gonna like rewatch Zeta Gundam and Charles Counterattack before we dealt with anything like that. But okay, fair enough. We're Quattro Bajeena now.
私シャア・アズナブルも海軍の兵士として姿を隠していた。あれから7年の歳月が流れた。クワトロ・バジーナと名前を変えた私は戦争終了とともに戦王の度合いを強めてきた地球連邦に抵抗する人々を助けるため再び地球圏へと舞い戻った。今の私はエウーゴのクワトロ・バジーナ隊だ。それ以上でもそれ以下でもない。我々エウーゴはこれより地球連邦軍の本拠地であるジャブローへの降下作戦を行うことになった。当然のことながら地球連邦軍のエリート部隊ティターンズによる抵抗が予想される。彼らを退けなければ安全な地球降下は不可能となる。アポリーとロベルトは私の補佐だ。はい、了解です。エマチュイとカミーユはそれぞれ編隊を率いて降下してもらう。
はい、わかりました。
カミーユのガンダムマーク2と私の百式はこの作戦の主力となる。落とされることは敗北に等しい。
Should we have done Camille first, maybe?
くれぐれも注意してくれ。
Oh well, it's fine. We will. Did we not get any parts? Oh wait, no, we got parts for a different suit, right? Okay. Gold.
クワトロバジーナ百式出る。
So shiny.
我々はジャブロー降下のため
How shiny it
県
is.
に突入する。敵の襲撃で降下部隊の隊列が乱れている。離れてしまった絵巻を救出するぞ。
私はジャブロに降りなければ。
注意、危険だって言ってるでしょ。聞こえるわけはないか。
Oh, this is a very different moveset. Oh, really? Already?
損害はまだ軽いよね。
Well, these fields shouldn't take too long to deal with, so. Oh yeah, he goes all Saint Seiya with his golden armor. We know he wrote Super Saiyan, but Saint Seiya is what we thought of in that moment. Yeah, he never does that at any other point, which like seems like a missed opportunity for that kind of power up, but. Like when he appears in 1.0, he appears in 1.0 and like has this big moment where he basically just like takes out all of the Scions, basically just to show how powerful he is. It's ridiculous.
できるわけないでしょ。私はジャブロに降りなければ。
スペースノイドの言うことを聞け。
Oh, okay. Well, that's fine. It's not a lost condition, so. Should have gone to help immediately, but
前期対決突入をさせる了解砲火部隊は降下予定地点へ向かえ敵のモビルスーツ隊です
can we jump over this maybe?
対モビルスーツ戦用意大戦
No.
闘配置急げ我々を追い抜くつもりか反対の前へ出るぞチタンズの第2波が入ったやめるなそらやめるなやってみる
深滝敵拠点を制圧しました
そらやってみるこれで済むなら安いね
Yeah, women with any kind of proximity to shark, actually people with any kind of proximity to shark tend to die horribly in over dramatic fashion. Like, probably the one that like manages to not have an awful death is the one that gets written out of future media, which is Sayla. Which doesn't speak well when like the way you survive having a connection to Char is by just being written out of the story. I mean, we were really not prepared for this to go into Zeta Gundam territory. Like, we kind of assumed that like because like you unlocked Char's story when you beat Amiral's original series, saying that it was gonna be the original series from Char's perspective. Then when it started at the end, it was like, oh, I guess it'll be an AU then. But like, no, it's kind of misleading. Like honestly, if we knew this would have been the case, we probably would have done Camille first, or possibly like continued Amuro in the original mode. Like, we did say that like January was gonna be 1 year war focused, but oh well. I guess January is almost over, so it's fine. The guard. So see, this is the fourth name that Char goes by, right?
拠点を制圧しました。
Oopsies. Okay. Well, it's the fourth name if his Eduardo part's considered canon. Don't know if that's only in the origin or not. We count it, but we know the origin is technically a different continuity. Saw that the first episode of the English dub of Witcher Mercury is out now, by the way. I haven't watched it, but it's a good dub. Might listen to it when the full season is out, because like it'll be nice just having the background to listen to. It's a nice refresher in time for season 2. Provided they don't have terrible pronunciation. That's like a big issue of ours. Or a lack of subtitles that match what they're saying. Because even if we're mainly listening, we do want to be able to read because, you know, part of hearing. Go on, activate the final field. It's one. Two.
Gundam Mark II は出ているか。焦るなよ。場所が場所だ。重力に惹かれるぞ。だからこそチャンスだって言ったんだろう。
If you play, so fun fact about speaking of voice actors, and we talked about Final Fantasy 14 earlier, yeah. If you play Final Fantasy 14 in Japanese, it's Char Aznabel's voice actor that does La Habrea. Which is funny because, and this is a very, 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 very minor spoiler, but he technically went by a different name at one point. Like La Habreo, I mean. No, I don't remember what the name is now off the top of our head. It's like not important. But La Habreo is a title rather than a name, if that makes sense. All of the ASEAN names to titles. We're not gonna give you the actual names though, because those are generally something you're meant to only find out at a particular later encounter. Oh yeah, what is that? Oh, cool. Yeah, we don't know anything about German voice acting. Oh, he was a teammate. Quattro Bajeena. That name is never not funny. Okay, well that is cool.
ジャブローは地球連邦軍の拠点だ。だが、その実験はティターンズが握っている。何かあると考えるべきだな。カミーユ、無事に降下してくれていればいいが。
Well, we gotta take off the sweater. It's a little too warm. It's like we have a friend who, surprise, surprise, is a lesbian who has this sweater. And we were like, oh wow, we want that sweater. And we actually found it on sale. Did we lose internet, or is it still streaming? Because our preview just like our okay, no, okay, we're still here. Cool. Okay. You dropped frames. That's odd. Too hot for this. It's so funny that we have a Gundam Mark II here, considering how many Gundams have been retconned in between the first and that one. I prefer the ground battles like this, actually. Like, technically they play the same, but we hate like not having a good feel for where the ground is. You just end up being very floaty in space, which, you know, makes sense, but since you don't have actual 3D movement in space, like you can't move up or down, it's just kind of awkward to deal with. I have a lot of opponents here. Fuck. Oh, it's the gun tank like Saku things. We don't remember what they're called. They're so cute. Fucking love them. When are those being added to Gundam Evolution? Oh, we would love to stream Gundam Evolution. That game barely runs on our PC when we're not streaming, so that is not happening. We do like that, like, in Gundam Witch from Mercury, they sort of, like, remade the Space Noid Earth Noid thing with new terms. In there we have Spacian and Earthian, which, like, it was a nice way to, like, reuse that concept, but also give it, like, a different feel in this version of the universe. It also sounds a little bit more modern, which works for a more modern series, obviously. It's very hard to take the word anything that ends with Noid seriously. Like, when it's not just like humanoid, and even then it's like a very funny word. So it's part of that late 70s, early 80s charm. So it works perfectly in traditional Gundam. You can double jump. You can triple jump. Then you'll beat. Not sure in what context that would be good, but good to know. Come here. Gather up.
地球だぞ。なめるな。エウンゴよりも俺たちの方が有利なはずだ。
Well, yeah, but like that's sci-fi should be able to do that, though. You know, like we don't even think that's like a particularly Japanese thing. We think that's just like something that was more common in like I want to say like the pre-2000s. You know, because like let's be honest, like the fucking like. The starships in Star Trek look goofy as hell. The aliens look goofy as hell. Star Wars tried to go for a little bit more like cooler, like not necessarily sports car looking because they're made to look like they're cobbled together from things, but like they were more like, you know, aerodynamic looking, there's ships and stuff like that. More imposing with like the big warships. But they were still goofy, you know? Darth Vader is still a man walking around in a giant black knight armor. And, you know... why not? We still have, like, a golden robot that is constantly scared. Because, you know, why wouldn't you program a robot to be afraid of things? That's great. So like it used to be more common in Western sci-fi as well to allow for like not necessarily goofy but like unashamed original designs and like unique designs that doesn't just try to like downplay the fictional nature of the world. And it kind of goes hand in hand with the thing that's been a hot topic on social media lately, which is the writing of dialogue. Because like you have like Forspoken has been the recent example of this, which is a Japanese game, of course, but it's written by Western writers. But where like a lot of storytellers today are really afraid of not being taken seriously, which leads to them like kind of being ashamed of their like more outlandish ideas. Like they want to commit to these ideas, clearly they put them in their story, but they also worry people will find it silly, and it leads to them just like ridiculing their own work instead, creating needlessly like self-aware, oh look, we're poking fun at our own story, we're like pointing out how goofy this thing looks or how silly this thing sounds, and it comes across as desperate and like just kind of not shameful, but like full of shame towards your own work. Like you feel ashamed of it in a way, you know. It's another example like this that isn't Forspoken. I'm trying to think of like a more sci-fi-esque example, since that's obviously like a fantasy thing. Well, High on Life is a comedy, it's just not funny, but it does have that same kind of like, whoa, look how ridiculous this is kind of thing, which is a Justin Roiland thing, which, yeah, that man exists. You were thinking more like, oh, do you remember the RoboCop remake from like a decade ago? 2014, 2015, something like that. It wasn't good, but like in the RoboCop remake, like obviously they did try to like modernize the various designs of the original film, which makes sense. Yeah, like, you know, the original film was made in the 80s, and like this is a film made in 2010s. They will look different. That's fine. But there's like a moment in the film where like they basically like ridicule the idea that they could have been closer to the original designs, with how articular RoboCop looks. Like we only saw the film once in the theater, so we have to sort of remember from that one time we watched it. But there's like a scene where I think it's the CEO they're not called the OCP in the remake, they're called Omnicorp. And there's a CEO played by played deliciously just scenery shoey by Michael Keaton, by the way. Like that high point of the film, Michael Keaton just chewing scenery. Same thing with Need for Speed. But yeah, he like looks at like designs of like what RoboCop should look like or something. And like one of them is like silver and like more like the classic RoboCop one. And he's just like, no, it's gotta be black. And like on one hand, he's the villain, so you could argue like, oh well, you know, like that's just poking fun at how like corporations fuck things up. But like no, the entire film is still marketed on like this being RoboCop. You know, he looks cool. So it doesn't really work as trying to like be like, oh look at the villain here. And it also kind of falls flat that at the end of that film, his entire body is remade to be silver, and it's like, okay, but you had a scene earlier that poked fun at it that it couldn't be silver, and yet the entire film was marketed on like, look how cool this black RoboCop body is, you know, like it's wanting your cake, and it's both wanting your cake and eating it too, and at the same time feeling a need to cater to people who might think it looks silly to have a shiny silver robot cop, you know, like, because you know, how dare you go to a movie called RoboCop and watch something that might have a little bit of a goofy side to it, you know? Shit, this path is also blocked off. There's probably better examples, but that was like the go-to one we have right now. But like, a lot of like remakes and revivals have had that issue where like they feel worried that the original concept can't be taken seriously. And it's fine to poke fun at something old, you know? Like, it's fine to poke fun at something beloved. Like, you can do that with love. But when it becomes like a prevalent part of like how media is handled, how fiction is handled, it just becomes very difficult to feel like, you know, like why should we watch this? Why should we play this? Why should we read this? If like even the people making it feel ashamed of what it is, you know, and have to like disguise it behind what's it called when you like when you shit on yourself? What's it called? Self-depravity. And again, self-depravity, like, fine. Like, you know, we all do it at some point, to some degree. Like, and again, like, that can be perfectly fine to utilize for something, especially in a comedy. But like, the core of your story should not be so full of self-loathing that it appears to be ashamed of what the story is. And to tie this all back to Gundam, we feel like if you can't like embrace that a war story with giant robots is going to be a little goofy and lean into that and just make whatever fun designs you can come up with for the robots, then why are you even doing it? You know? Like, we actually, like, we've been designing a, so like, about a decade ago, we started working on a RPG/visual novel project called Galactic Echoes, which was like our little homage to 70s and 80s sci-fi anime, and even like JRPGs like Star Ocean or Rogue Galaxy and Phantasy Star, and you know, and it has never really gotten far in development or anything. But one of the things that we've been working on recently is the this mecha that the main character gets. Let's see, do we have our hold on. Bocce bag. You have a Gucci bag, I have a bocce bag. Can I just bring out our most recent sketchbook? I think it's in here. Yeah, so like, this is one of the sketches for it. We're not sure how this will look in camera. Did the game crash? No. No. You're kidding. Well, let's just do this. Anyway, like, here it is. And I'm not sure how well it can be seen on a camera. It can't be seen at all, it seems. Yeah, okay, that doesn't work at all. Way too bright. Oh well. But basically, like, this... Maybe we turn off some of the additional lighting. No. Okay, well, you can kind of see it there. Anyway, the point is, it's supposed to look like a fairy. Like, it's supposed to look like a fairy with a crown on its head. It's like, it's named Oberon, the King of Fairies. And, like, obviously that's pretty silly. Like, that's going to be something that, we tried pausing the emulation and resetting it, but it did not work. That's unfortunate. But like, yeah, but like, obviously that's gonna be a bit silly. Like, it has like little wings that it flies with, like that, like little nano machines, like shoot out like this field, like making a net that like happens to form into like little fairy wings, like little butterfly style wings. Um, like it's goofy, like it's goofy, but that's fine, like because it's fun. So like,
私を誰だと思っているのだ
don't suppose no, we're gonna have to redo Yaburo. There we go. Gonna try and do it as fast as possible.
カミーユのマクツはまだ地上にはいないようだ
Yeah, if you can't if you can't embrace the inherent you know, like silly has such a negative connotation. We personally like the word, but like it has such a negative connotation that we don't really like using it here. Outlandish. If you can't embrace the outlandish elements of your story with love, so you instead just like start feeling ashamed of them or try to downplay them, we feel we feel like you're doing a disservice as a creator, personally, as a storyteller. But that's our opinion. We know that there are people who disagree and think that things should be like handled with like this over serious, or if it's not serious, then overly snarky and self deprecating approach. We don't care for it. We don't care for it. That was a pretty poorly timed special, but oh well.
これが終わったらビッグディアスを地上用に調整せにゃならんな。ファミどこだ？生きてたら返事しろ。
生きてます。
ここをスペースモードで自由にさせてたまるか。地球は俺たちの故郷なんだ。
こいつら。
やってみる。お客さんたち張り切ってるみたいだな。
In completely different news, so as you might know, we take part in a lot of like a lot of queer activism, and also like maintaining like queer spaces where people can come and hang out, play games, watch movies, just like, you know, have fun, do stuff safely from any hatred and stuff like that. Well, we've been thinking about expanding into a expanding and doing a specific like tabletop gaming group for that. For like people to help, you know, both playing board games and role-playing games and stuff like that, with other queer people, and generally like accepting sex positive people as well, sex work positive, stuff like that. And it's still in the early work in progress. We're looking forward to working more with that throughout February to hopefully establish something. We've been trying to think of a name for it, like a group, but our personal proposed name, which is possibly not gonna go over well enough to actually establish it, is Tabletops and Bottoms. So, you know, we'll see if the people that we will be working with think that's too much, but we think it's a really fun name. Oh, cool. We didn't even need to go to that one. Wonder if it's the same paths that close every time, so we can just remember and go the other way this time when the gates close. So you know how like a lot of Dynasty Warriors games like let you mount a horse to quickly get between areas? This game should do that. Like let you call in like a robot horse and just get to the next location with it. Three guards appear here, right? If I recall correctly. Gonna check something. Does this support save states? Doesn't seem like it. Don't see any save states thing. We were thinking about maybe making a save state as a like save thing in case it crashes again, but probably much harder to do save states on like this era of consoles when it comes to emulation. There's so much information you would need to like track and save. Oh, that's why, I mean, like, that's why saving in general has, like, why there's, like, less of it, like, manual saves and, like, freely managed saving in games, is because, like, the bigger the games go, the more things, the more advanced the games go as well, like, the more things a save file has to be able to, like, actually save. But if you have, like, preset things where the game saves instead, you can more consistently rely on Oh nice, we actually got through the corridor before it closed. Feel a little bad for abandoning the North troops. We literally can't do anything for them right now. Ah shit, it's blocked off here too. Yeah, that's Skyrim. Skyrim is a great example of this. Skyrim, of course, lets you save whenever you want. No problem, like no questions asked. And like the more you would play the game, the longer the larger the save files would take, the longer it would take to load the save files. Our original save file for Skyrim, back when we still had it, like the state it was when we finally stopped playing, it took 5 minutes to load the save file. The Final routine also like obviously it needs to store your inventory and this, stuff like that on the server, but like there's not much of the world state that needs to be saved, you know? It's mostly just like flags of player-specific states, which is probably a lot to load still, but like it's different from say from like the game having to do like active calculations and figuring out where every single thing is supposed to be. Because like in an MMO, everything is already where it's supposed to be at all times, you know? It just comes down to like, okay, what things are the individual players seeing? And the things that actually are different is stuff like inventory. Other things like the gear sets, for example, that's stored locally. Like that's something that like Yeah, the game still has to load it, of course, but like the server is like doesn't really need to think about it. So like it's two different workloads that loaded up. From our understanding, we're not an MMO developer, obviously. We imagine it's much less of an issue in a game like that than in a game where the world state itself changes. Like, for example, Skyrim has a lot of physics objects, you know? Pretty much everything in the game you can pick up and place somewhere. That means every time you put up an item, pick up an item, that's another thing the game has to check, you know? And it's not even, and like, it would be one thing if it's just a case like, oh, is this object picked up or not? But no, you can place the objects anywhere, you can like move them around anywhere. So it's like, you are effectively developing the game state actively, you know? Let's hope it doesn't crash this time. Here we go. Fingers crossed.
カクリコンさえいればこんな無様なことにはならなかったのに。
We got past that shot at least. イェーイ。Okay. We're gonna call the story progress here for now, and we'll continue with Quattro Snowball's story next time we pick this up. I wonder though, there's no way to just play skirmishes. We're gonna do original mode at some point as well. There's a lot of content here for us to do, which is fun. But yeah, we have a thought. We had a thought and we lost it. Our new channel, YouTube, at Andrea Remington, one word, should get its first proper content uploaded tomorrow night. Fingers crossed. And the idea is that after about a month of content that isn't streamed on that channel, we will move streaming to that channel as well, probably. So February we'll still have Monday Night Gundam here on this channel. Not sure what we'll be playing next. We'll probably take a break from Dynasty Warriors Gundam because we don't want to do one game, same game every week. The fact that we didn't have a game last week is why we decided to go back to Gundam. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and we're gonna do our closing. Oh, wrong one. Closing. Reading out loud. Oh, this is no longer centered. Let's fix that. Can't believe we missed that. 1 second. Boom. There we go. So, special thanks to our monthly supporters once again, the ones that supported us in December and January, which was Jules, Luz Queen, Hikari no Yume, TV, Bean, Miss Nixie, Michael Rosenblum, Benjamin Schmidt, Haley Question Mark, Jacob Springwood, Sean Peterson, Spider Rebel News, Sad Game Music, Kit Stubbs, Rum Ray, Rain, and the Coyote. Thank you so much for your monthly support there on Patreon and Coffee. And of course, our one-time supporters, Moto has been hanging out in the chat, Ahmed G, Tara T, Dale R, Beck, Rebecca L, RB, Beck Bell, Dominic V, Simon L, and Alan C. Thank you so much for your individual support throughout this past month. The demo mode started there. And see you next streams. I hopefully see you on the other channel with our scripted content. Yeah. Take care.